They create social structures of competing yet cooperating groups. They create their own reality. They are social beings who search for connection with each other. None of them are genetically identical. They live in complex societies. They use tools to a much higher degree than any other species.
Hello? Yeah. No.
Their large brain enables them to solve complex problems. They are unique in exchanging ideas. They move on two legs in the upright position. They are unique in using languages.
Before we begin tonight, we need to talk about sex. And I would love to talk about sweet lovemaking, that blissful act of intimacy between two consenting adults, or that ever-growing list of letters that describe the beautiful diversity of human sexuality, but we need to talk about one sex in particular. The last few months have revealed a pattern of widespread and often quite criminal sexual misconduct committed almost exclusively by white, middle-aged, heterosexual men of power or status in the film industry. Now, this concerns me for obvious reasons. I have 3 daughters and a wife, and just saying sexual misconduct is bad, okay, is not enough. Not being a perpetrator doesn't automatically put you in the good guy camp. Perhaps it can be argued it's more a power issue and not gender related, but these things have pretty much been the same thing in this case. So let's kick in the proverbial open door. It's not a female problem, it's a male problem. And it's hard to say what's more disturbing, except the acts themselves. The fact that anyone ever considered that behavior to be acceptable in any way, thought it was cool or looking the other way, or the fact that now that we finally stopped doing so, because of so many brave people coming forward, is still the year of the pussy grabber in the White House and a bunch of egocentric, power-hungry alpha males ruling large parts of the globe. And even in our own little Valhalla of tolerance, all we are able to muster, apparently, are 4 middle-aged white guys that mansplain democracy to us. Let's make this a pivotal year, a turning point in history with a before and an after picture. It's not a coincidence the focus is on the film and media entertainment industry. We've known about the Wolves of Wall Street forever, but this is something that touches us close to our hearts. It's about film, it's cinema, and this is IFFR. The pattern exists because of the way we view the world. It's because of the stories we tell each other, the images we see, stories that tell us what makes a good person, how a hero looks like, how we should treat one another between gender and race and religion. We need to delve deeper into how we got to those weird conceptions, without, by the way, slipping into some kind of spasm of political correctness or counter-conservatism. There should always be playfulness and room for flirting and clumsy courtmanship, and lots of blissful intimacy between 2 consenting adults, or 3 or 4, that doesn't matter. Keyword being consent. So I would love to come out here and say, "Hi, I'm Biro, festival director," and address you, the audience, which, by the way, if we've done our job right, should not just be half-half male-female, but half of your gentlemen should be the +1 tonight. And we would speak, I would welcome the guests, the filmmakers, our distinguished guests, and passionately speak about how we are setting off on a 12-day celebration of cinema, turning our very city into a window to the world, and the human psyche is expressed through film by filmmakers that dare to ask provoking questions and inspire us and illuminate our melancholic lives, and how IFFR has been championing independent cinema for 47 years and always turns into a... We may need to start over. We may need to take a step back and to the side and look at how we got here. Look at the world with fresh eyes. We'll see that many of the things we took for granted or thought were acceptable or just a fact of life actually don't make any sense. If we take a step back and to the side, we may even begin to question the twisted social order that we've created. Why is a refugee from Syria any different than a refugee from, say, Sweden? How should we treat someone that's totally alien to the EU, like someone from the UK? How do we allocate, thank you, how do we allocate power and status? It is about the images. It is about the stories they tell. Now, we're great storytellers. It's one of the traits that makes us human. But what silly stories have we been telling each other that over time and stupidity or ignorance turn into tradition or culture or perceived truth? It matters who tells the story. It matters who we see on our many screens. Too often, history is written by the winners, often bullies, mostly men. So if IFFR is any part of the film industry, who should we give the camera to and the microphone? Who should we see on the big screen? Should it be men? Sure. But should we only give the stage to yet another white, middle-aged, mostly heterosexual male? Not at IFFR.
Hi.
Hello, I'm Marit. I'm head of IFFR Pro.
Suzanne, head of development. Jenny, international press and PR.
Jasper, coordinator Cinemart projects.
Kaat, National Press and PR.
Ronnie, special events.
Soraya, HR Manager.
Marco, box office.
Saskia, Chief Editor, Program Information.
Adam, head of production.
Mercedes, Program Advisor and Q&A Coordinator.
Michelle, Marketeer.
Emmy, IFFR Pro.
Mika, creative producer.
Nicholas, ProHub Coordinator.
Pim, coordinator program department.
Inge, Programmer.
Eric, coordinator digitalization.
Anna, IFFR Pro, Reality Check.
Angelo, guest department.
Nancy, Employee Back Office and Partners.
Melissa, Digital Content Manager.
Joran, volunteer coordinator.
Vee, Hubert Balsfand.
Vanya, Talks and Masterclasses.
Gerben, program employee.
You, Head of IT.
Peter, programmer.
Sabia, Development Assistant.
Inke, Cinemart and Rotterdam Lab.
Lotte, Business Development.
Camille, marketing and communication of IFFR Pro.
Chris, head of program.
Marit, IFFR Unleashed.
Aubrey, Head of Marketing, Communication and Press.
Marjolein, office manager. Renske, coordinator education.
Good evening. My name is Janneke, and I'm Managing Director of IFFR. And you have just seen a small part of a much larger group of beautiful creative humans that make up our festival. In the run-up from summer to this evening, our workforce increases continuously at a rate of about 10 people a week. At peak times, there are about 120 people working at IFFR office. Some of them are standing over there and over there. Please give them a hand. Thank you, guys. I would also like to salute another group of very important inhabitants of planet IFFR. For this edition, almost 1,000 women and men are working at the festival at different locations and in different functions. Our hardworking volunteers, please give it up for them too. Now, let's talk about you, dear guests. Whether you are a filmmaker, an actor, a designer, a writer, a financier, a sponsor, an artist, a politician, a cultural friend, you're all humans of planet IFFR. And together we make a pretty purposeful group. In one way or another, you are all supporters of our goal to offer new views on cinema, to create a platform for independent films that move us, that inspire us, and that make us think again. Besides our ever-loyal main partners, I would like to mention 4 new ones who have played a remarkable part in supporting us this year and in helping us realize our plans for the future. Amodo, V-Fonds, the NS, and Stichting Droom en Daad, with whom we invest in our grand international ambitions. But let's start at the beginning. For many years now, we have invested in children. We know that if we want to change the world we live in, we should start by bringing young people in contact with stories that may intrigue and inspire them. IFFR will reach more than 14,000 children from Rotterdam this year with meaningful films and presentations. It is about the images we see. Thank you. This is a special time frame, and we as a festival should clearly voice our ambitions and act on them. We are therefore exploring how we can enlarge our role as partner for independent female filmmakers. Yep. This means, among other things, that we intend to find a better financing structure for their projects. Starting with the ladies in the room tonight, please remember this name, Tigress. IFFR wants to enlarge the space for creative, meaningful and diverse cinema, not just during the festival, but all year round. And after years of investigating, trying and testing with existing platforms, we decided to take the next step and build our very own video-on-demand platform, IFFR Unleashed. Many of the builders are in the audience tonight, and thanks to you, we can launch Unleashed on the 30th of January with a bang, or more precisely, with a click. Our festival is so much more than film. It's communication, it's context, it's debate. This includes an impressive lineup of masterclasses, presentations, and talks. And it will be presented largely at a venue from our glorious past, the fabulous Hilton Hotel. It is about the stories we hear. So, let's take a step back and to the side, and let's view the world anew, and start with tonight's first film, with the all-telling title, We Need Prayers. This one went to market. Thank you.
So hi, I'm Biro, one of the many humans of planet IFFR. And I'm here to ask you to give it up one more time for the Nest Collective, Jim Chushu, Nyukin Gumi, and George Kasau sitting right over there. Stand up, guys, be seen, wave. Come on, guys, there you are. I think it's her birthday tomorrow. Now, there's a group of filmmakers that deserve the big screen, and they will own the stage this Sunday when, together with Tessa Boerman, they'll be doing a 6-hour film, music, debate, marathon extravaganza, joined by Nadia Dinton, June Giovanni, and legendary filmmaker Haile Gerima to talk about past and future of Pan-African cinema today in a program called PACT, which is one of the theme programs and perspectives that we have this year. A program where you'll also find films from Tamil Nadu, where we'll also shed light on, well, we're still in PACT actually, as you can see. It's worth looking at. This is Tamil Nadu. The rebellious cinema from Tamil Nadu, we thought it was worth exploring. We'll also dwell in the intensity of form as experienced by filmmakers today, reliving the 90s and maximum overdrive. We will also look at how, if and when humans are to leave this earth and take the final curtain call. And we'll look at how the various forms of cinema can shed light on the marginalized or overlooked narratives from the past in a program called A History of Shadows. Lucretia Martel will come, for instance, with her film Zama and do a masterclass on that. Yes, I saw someone applauding. It's nice. It's almost here. But who is here is the filmmaker that made a film that is very disturbing and intense, and we love him for it. I think he's here. Mr. Robert Schwentke, please. Where are you? There you are. Do check that out. We're also very, very happy that one of the most exquisite visual artists of our time is here. He's won a string of awards from Cannes to Prince Claus, and he's opening his very own sleep cinema hotel tomorrow. Probably the best beds in town, as you can become part of art. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Abhishatpong Veerasatuklu. In a new program called Frameworks, we asked Abhishatpong and his fellow huge artist, the Chilean conceptual artist Alfredo Yar, who'll be here with us in a couple days, to present new visual artists. And if you care about film and art, remember these names: Grada Quilombra and Monteres Pratip. It took me a while to get Abhishatpong right also. He's almost here. I think he's on the way from the airport, so he's not quite here. Those are other people. They're also nice. We're all humans here. It's fine. Is he here already? Mont is here? There, where he is? No, he's not there. No, he's on his way. It's okay, Miriam. He's fine. He's almost here. There's someone else who's not here, so I thought we'd give her a little virtual welcome. But hold on, we do someone else first. This totally took me off the vibe here. What will we be doing the next 2 weeks? Well, film. 500 works, many of which will be shorts, actually, that quite intrinsically look at the border between our own ethics and human worth. We'll do a spotlight, for instance, on Artes Zimniewski, who'll be here in a couple of days. This is from his film Glimpse, which is in Tiger Shorts competition. Check that out. He'll be talking about those borders in a couple of days. The person that I wanted to refer to is Shireen Sino, who is the director of the first Tiger of the feature films that we're presenting. 8 films, 1 each day. She's 9 months pregnant, so she couldn't make it here. So I thought, let's give her a virtual hello that she can hear in the Philippines. 1, 2, 3. First of 8 films that really try to push the boundaries of what cinema can do. What else will we be doing? Well, this weekend, IFFR Live will kick off, featuring 6 female-directed films. including La Hollandesa. I think you got some cheese on the way in. What was that? Rivka Lodijsen starring in that. There she is. Also starring, thank you for coming, Rivka, also starring in Phoenix, by the way, that you can see a single episode of and a sixth one of. It's good that David's already in the spotlight because he made an impossibly small object, a film we put in big screen competition. Say hello to David Verbit. We also have the premiere of Digna Sinke's new film, Bewaren. Digna, are you in the house? Of course, there you are. We'll show the film The End of Fear by Barbara Visser. Wave. Where are you, Barbara? There you are. It's okay. It's Rotterdam. And we'll be screening on Saturday the premiere of a very intense film called Wij by René Eller. Are you in the house, René? Yes, there he is. Hi, René. On Monday, the world premiere with, this lovely lady, obviously, in a film called Dorst. Saskia Diesing. Are you in the house? Saskia Diesing is there. Hello. And this Friday, coming Friday in Lantaarnvenster, Pepijn, we'll be doing a premiere of a film called Gangway to a Future by René Hazekamp, who's also here. René, there you go. Which is going to be quite a special day because on that day we'll go full Rotterdam, meaning from 2 to midnight and maybe longer, again in Lantaarnvenster. We'll be turning the spotlight on the creativity and strength of a very own city in Rotterdam. At this point, there's one person not here. He called in sick today. I think his wife is here. You're very welcome. Please tell him to get well soon. And we hope to see Abu Talib tomorrow again. Thank you for being with us. But I need a card because we have so many people here. There's already the director of Lama Land, Pablo Sig, I think you're here. And we have many people from the shorts. We're all in that area. Sorry, from the juries. Ling Liang is here. I think Andrea Grozzoli is here. Natalia Alonso Casale is here. Paula Astorga is here. They're all in that area, I hope. Yes. Thank you all for being here. Some of them are over there, apparently. Almost worked well with the lights. But brace yourselves, because there's so much more to come in the coming days. Tomorrow, for instance, we kick off our talks program with the immaculate Charlotte Rampling. He'll be visiting us. Pretty awesome. We'll pay special tribute to the master of animation, Jan Swankmajer, with his world premiere Insect, maybe his last film. Awesome. The author of Authenticity, Sean Baker, will be here to talk about Florida Project, Oscar nomination for Willem Dafoe. Yael Bartana will be here to speak about her project, What If Women Ruled the World? We thought that would deserve a place. You're looking at me. Paul Schrader is going to be here, writer of Taxi Driver. That's going to be awesome. If you have the muscle for it, do check out Toko Nikaido. That's going to be crazy. And just today, we found out that Russia was looking or frowned upon the fact that Stalin was being made fun of. So the death of Stalin is apparently banned in Russia. So it's the perfect closing film for us. And Armando Iannucci will come here, the director, to present the film. And in what seems like an age away, but it will be done in a jiffy, we'll meet again in this very hall to listen to some Oscar-nominated music performed live by the Philharmonics for a film called Phantom Thread by the multi-Oscar-nominated Paul Thomas Anderson, who will come back. Pretty awesome. But that's at the end, and we still have to screen the opening film. So let's pay attention and pay homage to probably the biggest star of the evening. He's almost 6 years old. He's sitting next to his father. He doesn't speak English, I was told, so I don't know if he got anything that we talked about. His name is Hunter, and he is acting the little boy that we thought was a very telling and appropriate begin of our festival, as a little kid is floating in an ocean of threats and opportunities, looking for a reference point to make sense of the world, as we all are. Please give him and his father, the director, a very warm round of applause. Hunter and Jesper Gansland. of course, we'll invite him onto the stage after the film. So, but before we do that, one more thing. This is the 47th edition of International Film Festival Rotterdam, which means...
Well, for one thing, it means that in a few years' time, we will be celebrating our 50th edition. And we thought it would be a good thing to mention this to you as we move forward and work on the festival that we want to be in 2021. A festival that is daring and outspoken, a festival that celebrates the cinematic art in all its diversity, a festival that is both a partner for the film industry and a festival platform for a vast audience. And this is what makes us stand out. And, without wanting to sound arrogant, we, together with you, should aim to be the best at that.
Indeed, that is going to be quite a journey. And as we're all floating in an ocean of choice, trying to figure out how to go forward, dwelled by the many stories, not knowing which story is better than another one, we only know that having just one dominant narrative is not the right choice. We hope that you'll join us in the days to come, in the years to come, and appreciate the next woman or man as much as you do the person you see every day in the mirror. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening night of International Film Festival Rotterdam.
Welcome to the world premiere of Jimmy. Have fun. I'm going to take you.